please rise, and gentlemen, please remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem, which will be performed by the Festus R6 School District combined bands. Please be seated. On behalf of the Festus R6 School District, it is my privilege to formally welcome each of you this evening to our Class of 2014 commencement ceremony. I would like to introduce those that will be involved at some portion of our program this evening. Mr. Todd Edding, President of the Board of Education. Mr. Brent Abrams, Vice President. Mr. Marcus Shepard. Mr. Doug Wendell. Mr. Joe Willis. Mr. Mike Wolk, and Mrs. Tracy Anderson. Also assisting with the program this evening in some capacity will be Mr. Nathan Holder, Assistant Superintendent, and your high school principal, Dr. Diana Allen. There is no greater honor than to celebrate with young adults and proud parents. The class of 2014 has 217 graduates. Of those 217, they're pretty evenly divided as 107 are female and there are 110 males. The occasion tonight is truly momentous. It is a time for celebration and congratulations. It is also a time for each graduate to give reflection and careful thought about their future that lies ahead. As a school administrator, I have witnessed many events through the years involving parents and students which have touched me deeply. The warm and positive relationships which more often than not exist between moms and dads are often revealed in small but very moving ways when it comes to their children. I have seen parents respond with glowing pride at a music concert where their child performed a solo, at the school play where their child had a key role, or an interscholastic competition where their child was a key contributor. But most often, it is like tonight at graduation. Parents, in a certain sense, this is your night also, and I want to say thank you for bringing this group of graduates to this point in their lives. To the graduates, I know you already have a dream or career that you want to pursue. Some of you may still be searching. However, as you continue to search, or even as you go pursue your dream, there are 2 or 3 things that I would like to share before we go further if you want to have success. First would be to define success on your own terms. In order to experience happiness, joy, and delight, we all need to be successful. By saying this, I am not implying that you must strive to be a corporate president, a famous music star, a Hollywood celebrity, or a powerful politician, because success, by definition, is very personal. Don't succumb to the temptation of measuring your success by the standards of another calling. Success for a teacher is very much different than success for a banker. If you aspire to become a poet or a painter, pursue your goal, regardless of the recognition you may or may not receive. Second, define your frame of limits. Decide what you will do and what you will not do. Decide what you will become and what you will not become. The one powerful fact that has been hammered home to me through years of experience is the stark reality that every action and every choice has consequences. Some people seem to think that the ability to say, do, create, sell, or destroy anything includes a freedom from consequences. Such a world doesn't exist. One of my darkest hours as a high school principal years ago was having to go to the police station on graduation eve and inform parents of 7 seniors that they would not be participating in graduation after a senior prank ran very much amok. Learn from the choices you make, as they will determine the type of person you become. Third, find out what you enjoy doing and go make a life of that work. After interviewing the most accomplished people of our time, author Eugene Greisman discovered a common thread. Each of the successful people loved what they were doing. Linus Pauling, winner of 2 Nobel Prizes in chemistry, said that he won the award simply by having fun. Race car driver Jeff Gordon has said, "Don't tell my sponsors, but if I were working a regular job, I'd drive a race car on weekends for free." Be honest about what you enjoy, and don't be afraid to be happy. In closing, graduation is a momentous achievement. When you leave the stadium later tonight, your horizon will have multiplied tenfold. The possibilities, as well as responsibilities that go along with it, will beckon. Your parents and your loved ones are here tonight with warm, proud, and appreciative smiles on their faces, and it truly is a great night to be a family and share in your personal accomplishments. To each graduate, cherish this moment and remember it as one of those really happy times when everyone around you stood still and applauded your accomplishments. Good luck, good fortune, and my very best wishes for your personal success in the coming years. Thank you.
Good evening, parents, grandparents, family, and friends. What a perfect evening to be celebrating a graduation tonight. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our student speakers for this evening's ceremony. If we could please have the speakers come forward. Our first speaker this evening will be Ann Taylor, daughter of Stephen and Pam Taylor. We also have Summer Beckett, daughter of Joseph and Jacqueline Beckett, Cole Sawyer, son of Greg and Rhonda Cottrell, and Abby Tenen, daughter of Jim and Angela Tenen. These young people have put together great speeches. They tried out in front of an audience of teachers, and we're excited this evening to have them present to you.
Webster's dictionary defines graduation as, just kidding! All right, I'm gonna start with a joke and I'm gonna end with a pun. So ready? Knock, knock. Daisy. They see me rolling. Anyway, so let's get serious for a moment. All right, we've been through all kinds of stuff together, and I guess some of those do tie into graduation. Like, of course, High School Musical. We're all in this together. Harry Potter. I did my waiting. 12 years of it. Shrek. I don't know how this one tied in, but I'll probably think of it as soon as I sit down. So, but we've also been through a lot of personal things together. Bad haircuts, bad relationships, bad some other third thing. But the things we all collectively went through were probably the hardest, like the loss of not one, but two classmates, Bailey Chamberlain and Stephen Viviano. But we've also seen each other's greatest triumphs, I'm going to adjust this, whether on stage, on a field, or in a classroom. We've cheered each other on and been there for consolation when we dropped a line, a ball, or a GPA. We've changed so much together, from geeky little freshmen to geeky big seniors. It's been a wild ride. Personally, my freshman year started out with me working backstage during the Crucible, and still managing to make an accidental appearance during Curtain Call. And now I'm the girl who tried and failed to initiate a Fanny Pack Friday. But we've all had our embarrassing moments as a class, and we've laughed them off together. But now we're not going to see each other's embarrassing moments or our triumphs. We're going to start our own lives and make new choices without each other. Some of us will be the first people in our families to go to college, go straight to a four-year university, or even graduate from high school at all. We're the cycle breakers, making greater futures for our kids. But whether we'll follow a tradition or make a new one, the future holds more for us than this night. We'll do more in our lives than go across the stage and get a piece of paper wearing a gown that makes me look like we're advertising for Nutrisystem. Am I right? And this isn't an end, it's a beginning. As some unknown author said, and therefore, it could have been Batman. We have come a long way, but not half as far as we will go. And yeah, that's nice and everything, but guys, the truth is, we're not even halfway there yet. Whether we're straight off to work, off to college, to the military, or taking a while to find ourselves, we're not even close to halfway done with all the cool stuff we're going to do in our jobs, with our friends that we either know or haven't met yet, with our loves, and with our families. So, Festus High School Class of 2014, keep making mistakes, keep taking chances, keep setting goals that might be a tad too high, go ahead and ask out that girl or guy who might be out of your league, go apply for that job that you think is out of reach. Try out new skills even if you think you'll be bad at them, because even if things don't go quite as planned, you can learn how to make it work the next time around. We've learned a lot together in a great school, but our learning isn't even close to done. No matter whether you say #YOLO or Carpe Diem, we're gonna learn a lot from our mistakes. So go out there, read, make a bucket list with 1,000 items and try to get them all done. Travel, ask questions, hear people's stories, and make your own. And I promised a bad pun, so congratulations, Class of 2014, we did it.
Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, I'd like to say congratulations to my fellow graduates. I'd also like to say thank you to the entire administration, faculty, and staff at Festus High School, and an even bigger thank you to our families, our first fans and biggest supporters. Well, today ends our journey at Festus High School. However, I believe there is more to this day than solely receiving a diploma. Not only is this a day of celebration, but it is also a day of remembrance. Because after all, as our class motto says, we have come a long way. We now know that graduating consists of more than just earning 24 credits. 4 years ago in August, we were being introduced to a completely new world, one filled with higher expectations, newfound freedom, and a lot of uncertainty. And I hope we all have some pleasant memories, but if not, that's okay. Because one, we still have a lot of life to live, and two, I'm here to reassure you that it is not uncommon to not have experienced the best years of your life at 18. And while we're on the topic of living, I'd like to share a quote with you all about life. I'm sure many of you are already familiar with it. When you're a kid, they tell you it's all grow up, get a job, get married, get a house, have a kid, and that's it. But the truth is, the world is so much stranger than that. It's so much darker, and so much madder, and so much better. So, is that the truth? And I'm an aspiring journalist, so I'm naturally curious. And I'm thrilled to investigate the stranger, darker, madder, and ultimately better aspects of life Elton Pope was talking about. And as a matter of fact, I encourage all of us to find out. And I know that I'm looking at over 200 faces that are fully capable of exploring the world. And by exploring the world, I'm not talking about traveling. I'm talking about doing what you want to do. And I know there were a lot of us that were probably afraid to be ourselves for the last 4 years, for fear of being judged or any form of disapproval from our peers. But as of today, we are not in high school anymore. And you can be whoever you want to be, even yourself, because we all have a new start. Now, don't get me wrong, the grades on our high school transcripts will definitely follow us, but that's another story. Nevertheless, show your stripes, everyone. No matter what your plan in life is, whether it involves a junior college, a major university, the military, the workforce, or maybe even Hollywood, or none of the above, show your stripes. And we are Festus kids, so we have known the importance of earning our stripes since elementary school. And congratulations, everyone. I think it's safe to say that we have. So, how do we let the world see our stripes? I could give you a totally generic response and say, well, kids, to show your stripes, you must always be kind, always do your best, and always follow your dreams. And the list goes on, and although that may all be good advice, I'm a firm believer that all of us have a different purpose, and we must determine our own versions of happiness. So, with that being said, here's my stereotypical graduation speech comment that I'm sure you've all been waiting for. Be yourself because everyone else is already taken. And there is no better group of kids than to do just that than Festus High School's class of 2014. We have just the right amount of intelligence and unique qualities to do great things, from our bright flight scholars to our local, state, and even nationally known athletes, our innovators, our students that have dedicated their time to help with nearly every school function. And those are the same kids that will continue to do great things in their communities, in and out of Festus. All of our musical and acting talents, all of the compassion that I've witnessed us display for those with differences, and even all of our hidden talent. Yes, we have earned our stripes. And the class of 2014 is ready to show them to the world, because how far we have come cannot compare to how far we will go. And there will be times when we fall, because life is full of twists and turns. But I hope that we are all able to pick ourselves up again. Because remember, we are tigers forever, and we do not give up that easily. It has been an honor to speak with you all this evening, and I wish you the very best. Thank you.
Dr. Littrell, Dr. Allen, members of the board, teachers, parents, friends, and fellow graduates. It is an honor to speak to you all today. 13 years ago, I began my education as a Festus Tiger in Mrs. Gosnell's morning classroom. My mom was there on that first day, taking pictures and making sure I didn't miss any belt loops. I met a pretty girl named Abby too. I remember that first day I brought my coloring books to class, and she filled Thomas's obviously blue tank engine with the magenta crayon, ultimately teaching me that life comes in a rainbow of different colors. Here I stand today. My mom is probably still taking pictures, and I bet she would have checked my belt loops if I wasn't wearing this gown. Abby is my walking partner, and she's still educating me on the curriculum of life, and she's still in at least the top 200 coolest people in our class. You could say that things haven't changed much since we were in kindergarten. But here's where things do change. I can guarantee that I had no comprehension of what the word graduation even meant as a kindergartner. Its weight was lost in the world of addition, phase changes, and boxcar children. Today, I can tell you that our education as Tigers is taking us to places unimaginable to a 5-year-old. After traveling to Europe with 2 of my favorite teachers and several members of our class, I re-entered the halls of Festus High School with a plethora of knowledge and a global mentality. Connecting the dots between Festus, Missouri and Paris, France, not only introduced me to the world of international relations, but inconceivably broadened my future's horizons. I realized then that the diplomas we receive are our passports to the rest of our lives. Steve Jobs once said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards." So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. This approach has never let me down and has made all the difference in my life. Fellow graduates, it is up to you to make those dots and to connect them. The easy part is over. It is up to you now. Whether you want to be a teacher, a doctor, an engineer, an electrician, a stay-at-home parent, or something else, it is up to you to decide how to make your dots and lines meaningful. As our class motto states, we have come a long way, but not half as far as we will go. In the next 30 years, when we are looking back on this glorious night, we must remember one thing. We are Tigers. We will always be Tigers, no matter where we go, who we meet, or which dots we connect. Congratulations, Festus Senior High School, Class of 2014.
My fellow classmates, in the words of Dr. Seuss, congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. As I was preparing my speech and considering our class motto, I was drawn to the book, Oh, the Places You'll Go, written by my favorite childhood author, Dr. Seuss. On August 27, 2001, the class of 2014 entered kindergarten. That day will forever remain ingrained in our memories, as it was the beginning of our story. From that day forward, we made countless memories. From the anxious looks on the first day, to the excitement of playing on the school playground for the first time, to the thrill of riding a big yellow school bus. I can also remember the confused looks and scared questions we asked as our teachers spoke in hushed tones on that dreadful day of September 11th, 2001. Everyone remembers different things. Do you remember the sense of accomplishment you felt as you finally were able to count backwards from 100? Fast forward about 8 months. The day of our kindergarten graduation, we were all dressed to the nines as we waited with our little American flags. As they announced us as the class of 2014, we all looked around with such a sense of accomplishment without realizing we have come a long way, but not half as far as we will go. As the years passed, we became smarter, more mature, and our friendships grew stronger. We played with each other on the playground, and popularity was having your mom chaperone the field trip and picking all of your best friends to be in your group. Field trips were fun, but I was always embarrassed in my 100 layers and little fanny pack. But hey, at least I was prepared, as my mom would say. In 3rd grade, we were at the top of the food chain. In some ways, it was pretty cool that we were old enough to take the MAP test, but at the same time, we were jealous that the 2nd graders didn't have to take it. Between you and me, the one thing I remember most is being able to test my shoes off. At the end of that year, they took us across the street to tour the intermediate school. They warned us that it might be different than what we're used to, but we were so eager to move on to bigger and better things that we didn't even notice. 4th grade presented challenges as we began to switch classes, read longer books, and learn the dreaded long division we'd been warned about. By the time 6th grade arrived, we couldn't help but think, just 6 more years until we graduate. After a fun year of switching classes every hour, fun advisory games, and freedom we never experienced before, we said goodbye to our 6th grade teachers and prepared for the final 6 years of our school careers because we have come a long way, but not half as far as we will go. Many of us would rather not reminisce on the awkward middle school years, but I believe, my fellow classmates, that middle school was a time of transition. As we transitioned from children to teenagers, we each desired to fit in somewhere, and it didn't help that we had braces and bad acne. The classes became increasingly harder, and our homework load became heavier, and we never could get used to that overused nickname of Sevies. In the words of Dr. Seuss, and when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. Just go right along. You'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go. Slowly, we began to figure out where we belonged and things started falling into place. Once 8th grade rolled around, I remember the feeling of anxiety because the next year we'd be in high school. Our teachers did everything they could to prepare us. Not only did they help us academically, but in life as well. They taught us to collaborate on projects and encouraged us to believe in ourselves no matter what. Close to the end, it started to set in that things would never be the same again. Looking back, it seems so silly that we cried and hugged as if it were the last time we'd be seeing one another. With that being said, we had come a long way, but not half as far as we will go. At long last, we entered high school. As freshmen, these words of wisdom seem very fitting. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly darked. A place you could sprain both your elbow and chin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right? Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find, for a mind maker-upper to make up his mind. In our first year of high school, we learned that not everything was going to be handed to us on a silver platter. Since then, we have worked hard for our accomplishments. Be it in academics, athletics, music, or clubs, we have each found our niche and have settled into our roles based on our interests, talents, and abilities. Each of us have played a part in the functioning of our high school, and we found that working together led to successful spirit weeks, assemblies, dances, and other fun things. In addition, I'm sure we can all relate to the countless hours spent on homework, essays, and studying. At times, we may gripe and complain, but at the end of the day, or a long night, we appreciate that our teachers prepared us for what lies ahead. Now here we are. We have completed our senior year, our last year. As I look around, I realize that we are all beginning new adventures. Whether you go off to college, join the armed forces, or choose to jumpstart your career, Dr. Seuss assures you of one thing. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who will decide where to go. The next chapter is up to you. Our school and our teachers have equipped us with the knowledge we need, and it is our job to put it to good use. Class of 2014, we will move mountains. Regardless of the paths we choose, we impact the future because we are the future. We're off to great places. Today is our day. Our mountain is waiting, so let's get on our way. Once we walk off this stage, we will be the Festus High School graduates of 2014. I am proud to belong to this class and to this town, and I hope you all are too. They say that it takes a village to raise a child, so I would like to thank everyone who made up our village. Thank you to our parents, every faculty and staff member of the Festus R6 School District, the Board of Education, and the community. Thank you, Class of 2014, for making the past 12 years so memorable. Although this chapter of our lives is coming to a close, remember, we have come a long way, but not half as far as we will go. It is now my honor to present to you the Assistant Superintendent of our schools, Mr. Nathan Holder. He will be presenting our class.
Thank you, Abby. Before we move forward this evening, I would like to make an announcement that the scoreboard video screen that you see will be displayed tomorrow evening between 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. for anybody that would like to come back and maybe get a picture of the PowerPoint on the screen. We will also display it tomorrow night. We would also like to ask that everyone please be respectful of those around you during the awarding of the diplomas. It is requested to please hold all applause until all of the graduates have received their diplomas. Every parent, grandparent, guest should have the opportunity to hear the name of their loved one being announced. And we thank you for your cooperation in advance. Without further ado, President Edding and members of the Festus R6 Board of Education, the students sitting in front of you have met all requirements set forth by the Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education and the R6 Board of Education, which allows them to be conferred a Festus High School diploma. At this time, I ask that members in the class of 2014 seated in row 1 please rise and file toward the stage.
Jill Suzanne Thompson, magna cum laude. Travis John Sproul, magna cum laude. Anne Marie Taylor, cum laude. Antonia Joanne Shoddy, summa cum laude. Summer Rose Beckett, magna cum laude. Nicholas Stephen Rancilio. Abby Suzanne Tenon, magna cum laude. Cole Edward Lee Sawyer, magna cum laude. Lacey Jean Sauer. Mackenzie Jade Frierksen. Logan Michael Jaskowitz. Shantae Alexis Bland. Jacob Christopher Thomas Nolan, cum laude. Anastasia Laney Goff. Jeremiah Robert Brown. Yasmin Aldabas. Michael Rodney Smith. Justice Olivia Johnson. Austin David Jarvis. Alyssa Marie Eskridge. Aaron Noel Holstrom. Corey Anthony Carr. Samantha Nicole Pearson. Sean Michael Goldman. Erin Elizabeth Deckman. Joni Anne Marie Hurst. Allison Page Self. Stephen Taylor Peoples. Emily Louise Whitener. Zachary Ray Addison, summa cum laude. Crystal Nicole Belosi. Michaela Pierce Barbie. Lexi Michelle Flannery. Sierra Nicole Nugent, cum laude. Taylor Joseph Lunsford. Madeline Rianne Frazier. Caleb Christopher Rue. Kara Jean Curtis. Caitlin Desiree Collier. Sabrina Elizabeth Henson, cum laude. Austin Dale Winter. Dominic James Palmisano. Alicia Shaunice Casey. Corinne Danielle Cesarik. Randall Robert Pickard. Jonathan Wade Price. Ian Jason DeRoos. Zachary Thomas Meller. Ashlyn Jade Alcorn. Sonny Austin Collins. Dana Lynn Meyer. Elizabeth Nicole Zvendrowski. Rex Allen Wright II, magna cum laude. Carol Lynn Floyd. Benjamin Paul Vanninger. Jordan Elizabeth Casson. Daniel Joseph Collier, cum laude. Cheyenne Nicole Pratt, summa cum laude. James Henry Bernatowitz, summa cum laude. Haley Aaron Harris, cum laude. Ashley Joanne Buckley. Derek Elliott Bridges. Hope Christina Ravel. Caleb Michael Pittman. Dessa Taylor Bird. Emily Gabrielle Garrett, magna cum laude. Christy Noel Moore. Samuel Gray Clippard. Cody Ray Lally. Brandon Alexander Nephew. Tristan Eric Doherty. Veda Marie Krim. Carissa Marie Asbridge, magna cum laude. Caitlin Ann Penrod. Sarah Gail Widener. Megan Elizabeth Williams. Avery Abdul Gardner II. Sarah Ellen Baker. Lucas Donovan Smith, cum laude. Emma Nicole Bingenheimer. Tiffany Amber Link. Ryan Michael Hirth. Catherine Nicole Donnelly. Steve McGarry Heilig III. Michaela Brooke Denby. Austin David Sanders. Caitlin Elizabeth Lee Delancey, summa cum laude. Christopher Adam Casey. Cody Allison Foltz, cum laude. Austin Robert Gray, cum laude. Sabria Faye Ewing, summa cum laude. Randallyn Josephine Renee Nephew. Bailey J.W. Vineyard. Peyton Shea Eggemeyer. Colton Ray Butler. Cassie Lauren Johnner. Ashley Kara Starr Kaniram. Gabrielle Nicole Hedrick. Sheldon Ray Downs. Charles Dalton Lee. Jonathan Taylor Barr. Austin James Gadberry. Rachel Nicole Meyer, summa cum laude. Matthew David Hawkins, summa cum laude. Claire Marie Darnell, summa cum laude. Taylor Morgan Carr. Caitlin Marie Elbow, summa cum laude. Tyler Isaiah Cook, cum laude. Jamie Elizabeth Kempfer, summa cum laude. Alyssa K. Nelson, summa cum laude. Troy James Shepard, cum laude. Shelby Lynn Rudolph, magna cum laude. Samuel Allen House. Jordan Alexis Green. Olivia Megan Schultz, cum laude. Amanda Lynn Smith. Richard Aaron Dean. Alicia Lynn Greenwald. Dustin Lee Price, magna cum laude. Lydia Abigail Wright, magna cum laude. Shay Rochelle Baines, magna cum laude. Ashley Carol Brown, magna cum laude. Emily Nicole Hendershot, cum laude. Emily Jean Gillis. Cassandra May Mann. Ryan Alexander Dunn. Hillary Madison Ogle, magna cum laude. Megan Elizabeth Gray, magna cum laude. Noah Marquise Evans. Blake Elizabeth Johnson. Justin Joseph Uding. Laura Evelyn Bauman, magna cum laude. Shelley Christine Sewell. Justin David Mann, cum laude. Claire Ashley Thurman, summa cum laude. Kara Elise Myers. Samantha Diane Niehaus. Randy Lewis Sellers. Kyle Matthew Lewis. Taylor Nicole Wessel. Brittany Ann Voiles. Cheyenne Hope Cloninger. Storm James Williams. Leah Marie Crady, cum laude. Zachary Henry Stupi. Nicole Ann Rozier. Zachary Tyler Dennis. Emily Erin Pyle, magna cum laude. Logan Troy Kurz. Jacob James Farley. Sierra Rose Alley. Garrett Andrew Knoll. Haley Catherine Kapler. Joseph Singay Tadao. Colleen Marie Abishan. Brian Charles Dietrich. Justin Lee Roan. Caleb Joseph Graham. Ashley Nicole Marquis. Alyssa Danielle Schwent. Joshua Hamilton Estrada Dominguez. Thomas Matthew McKenzie, magna cum laude. Alan Andrew Barley, Jr. Jayla Kathleen Johnson. Austin James Berger. Brooke Faith Pruno. Allie Hope Pruno. Alyssa Brianne Ingram, cum laude. Colin Daniel Stafford. Kevin Scott Bagwell. Chantel Alicia Collier. Dakota Edward Anderson. Aubrey Maureen Boyer. Rodney Scott Dickinson. Destiny Sean Massa. Joseph Samuel Rushi, magna cum laude. Kaylee Ann Newbrand. Jeremy Stephen McCrae. Desiree Kristen Simone Doss. Caitlin Nicole Kaltenbron. Adrian Dale Brady. Seth Philip Doozer. James Tyler Devoto. Jacob Stephen Farr. Matthew Scott Fernandez, magna cum laude. Terry Allen Flannery. Zachary Paul Henson, magna cum laude. Matthew Allen Heron. Joseph Worth Johnston. Drew Matthew Milliken. Cody Robert Thias. Christopher James Masters. Brandon David Williams. Christopher Stephen Marler. Kirk Gregory Lautner. Sydney Jerome Lau. Kirsten Nicole Ladd, magna cum laude. Kyle William Kelly. Taylor Cheyenne Braniker. Devin James Morgan. Ian Vincent Nager, summa cum laude. Brandon Kyle Palmer. Marshall John Parsons. Brendan Michael Pazia. Andrew Preston Perryman. Jacob Lee Provo. Justin Alexander Riondo. Cyrus Gage Yunt, cum laude. Joshua Randall Reed.
Okay, it gives me great pleasure to announce this year's salutatorian, which is the second in the class out of 217 graduates, no small feat. This year's salutatorian is Alyssa Nelson. And this year's first in the class, our valedictorian, is Antonia Shoddy. This next award is the Tommy Alexander Award. Tommy Alexander was a Festus grad who lost his life in World War II. It is the most prestigious award that we have here at Festus High School. It goes to the student who demonstrates good character and citizenship, good leadership, academic ability, and community involvement. These attributes, without a doubt, describe this student. The Tommy Alexander Award this year goes to Cheyenne Pratt. Okay, class of 2014. Let me be the first to say congratulations. You are well on your way to greatness. In the great movie classic The Wizard of Oz, a tornado plucks young Dorothy from the comforts of home and carries her off to a land like no other. Along her journey, she makes a lot of friends who accompany her in search of wisdom from a great and powerful Oz, who ends up being a fraud. It turns out that all along they had everything they needed right here. Graduates, as you follow your yellow brick road that will take you on many adventures where you all will meet many people, both good and bad. Remember that true courage is in facing danger when you are afraid. You will often feel like you are being plucked from the comforts of your home and carried out to a place of uncertainty. Just remember to live boldly and know that your paths will be many. And if you should fall, pick yourself back up, dust yourself off, and keep pushing on. In the words of Henry Ford, failure is only the opportunity to begin again more intelligently. It has been my pleasure to be your principal. I look forward to seeing what you all become in life and hearing about your journey to get there. And I now invite Jill Thompson, the class president, up for the turning of the tassels.
I would like to take a moment to recognize the 2 empty chairs in Tiger Stadium tonight for Bailey Chamberlain and Stephen Viviano. They are gone, but they will never be forgotten. It is my great honor as your class president to congratulate the class of 2014. Please stand. Class, please turn your tassels. Congratulations. And remember, please remove your tassels before you throw your hats. All right, class, are you ready? This is the moment we've all been waiting for. All right, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations.
Through my closet the other day, found an old dear book, flipped right to the page of that senior trip. Down there on that Panama Strip, we all started yelling when we smelled the beach. Couldn't wait to try fake IDs, we only had a few days, a whole lot